welcome to the Tea and a Butty podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Victorian names for children.
Victorian Britain.
Victorian Britain, yes.
Yeah, because the Victorian era did exist over here.
Did it? Even though she wasn't your queen?
Well, they still call it the Victorian period, you know.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Considering.
I think they do. I think they refer to it as that. Worldwide,
do you?
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I guess.
Just like when you're talking about periods of time, you know, it's like, oh, that's Edwardian, that's Georgian, that's Victorian.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, I guess
It all has to do with Britain, but I think they just... I could be totally wrong, but...
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously in Britain, they use, like, monarchs to describe a period, you know, like, oh, that's Georgian, that's Edwardian, that's Elizabethan, you know.
Yeah.
That's Victorian. Victorian is the common one because she ruled for 64 years or something, you know.
I mean, you wouldn't refer to a time period over here as Elizabethan. I don't think, because, I mean, we were just getting started at that time.
This is the Elizabethan age, but I don't know if historians will ever say that.
Because...
There's already been an Elizabeth, the second Elizabethan age, maybe, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they will.
Anyway,
because they don't refer to like the war years, you know, when King George VI was on the throne and stuff. I don't think they refer to that as Georgian.
Oh yeah, no.
They refer to the Georgian era as like
Mad George, wasn't it?
Yeah, King George the second, third, and fourth. You know. Mm-hmm. But maybe they do. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm entirely not sure. It's very...
We're not experts on this.
We're not experts on the historical...
You don't come here for our expertise in time periods.
Yeah, they do. They love it. They do. Anyway, this is about crazy Victorian names.
Yeah.
And we got this idea from a show called Horrible Histories.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny, actually. You know, you should go look it up on YouTube. It basically... covers all the craziness of British history and some American history too.
It was like a historical show.
It was a historical show for kids. First of all, it was a cartoon, and then they made like a live action one.
Oh yeah,
with actors and stuff, you know. And I'm
kind of surprised. That seems like something that would have come on PBS over here.
Probably did. Maybe it did, yeah, because it ran from like 2009 to like 2013 or something.
Yeah.
A few series, and you know everybody knows like the songs that they did. You know, Born to Rule and the Monarch song is popular.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, that's the way. I mean, they had this like series called The Vile Victorians.
Oh yeah.
You know, they had like I think the Tragic Tudors, Vile Victorians, you know, Slimy Stuarts, you know, all those kind of like...
Slimy Stuarts.
Groovy Greeks, I think was one. I'm not too sure. You'll have to look them up, but yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, this is a sketch we saw recently, and I was just like, oh yeah, these are crazy Victorian names. And there's going to be a quiz for you at the end.
Okay.
So here we go. I've jotted down 10 of them, and these are actual Victorian names. Parents named their kids.
Kids named their parents. Yeah.
Kids named their parents. Yeah. Kids were named in Victorian times.
Right.
Number 1 is Friendless Baxter.
No.
Friendless Baxter.
And these were taken from what now? What did you say?
It was a census. It was like a genealogical, the House of Fraser House, whatever.
Oh my god!
It was like they compiled it. They were just like, oh, these are the 10 most like.
Why in God's name would you name your kid Friendless?
Friendless Baxter. His parents were James and Jane Baxter. His father was a poultry dealer.
Oh my god.
And I mean, it kind of puts into perspective the crazy names celebrities give their kids and normal, ordinary people do today, you know, like apple and
If someone named their kid Friendless today, though, they should really face some sort of charges.
Yes.
Because it's just like, you're basically like setting that kid up to fail for the rest of their life.
Friendless Baxter.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
It's interesting to have the parents' names, though, because it's like James and Jane. Like, you can't get any more generic than
James
that.
and Jane Baxter.
So
and
you
they were
can...
like, what are you going to call your son, sir? Friendless.
I'm surprised they
Friendless,
didn't
because he hasn't got no friends, you see. He's like, well, he might have friends. Then he will be friended, Baxter.
I'm surprised they didn't, like, create a law against it. Like, no, you cannot name your child this.
You cannot name your child anything mean. It's unkind. I mean, it might have been unkind. I mean, there's a couple on here that were, you know, a bit unkind, you know.
Well, I think Friendless is pretty unkind.
Yeah, but there's a couple on here that are just like, oh, what, you know.
Yeah.
Number 2 is time of day.
Time of Day?
Time of Day.
Is the last name Day?
The last name is Day. Time of was born in Who, Kent in 1899.
In who?
Who, H-O-O, Kent.
Who? Time was born in who?
He was born in Who, Kent. In 1899, his parents were Thomas and Alice Day.
Thomas and Alice, again, like super generic.
So they were just like, oh, well, because we're just going to call him Time of, because, you know, we're...
Well, it's like Kanye and Kim Kardashian's kid.
They may have been...
Northwest.
They may have been the Kanye and Kim of Kent.
The inspiration.
Yeah, the inspiration is like, oh, yeah, Thomas and Alice, they knew what it was at.
Time of Day.
Time of Day.
Oh,
yeah.
That is so cringe. Yeah, you know, it really kind of does put into perspective celebrity kids' names of this day and age. It's just like, you think they're like super ridiculous and you think they're completely out there, but obviously this has been happening for like generations.
I mean, Time of Day. I mean, you know, it's just like, it's time of day here, you know, your birth certificate, you know. I mean, number 3, one too many. This one is probably the most unkind. One too many.
One too many.
One too many.
T-O-O?
T-O-O.
And that's like the middle name, or is like 1, 2 the whole first name?
I think it's, I don't know. I mean, it's said
and
said
the
here
last name is Many?
Well, not. I'm not sure if the last name was Many, but I'm just. I think it was his name was one too many. Whatever, you know. I mean, I couldn't find any. Well, maybe actually changing his name to Robert W. Goldstone instead. The man born one too many lived through both world wars, passing away age 76.
Oh God!
So maybe his name was one too many Goldstone. This might have been an unkind gesture to name him this, you know. Because I can imagine, I had one too many. And we've got one too many now.
Yeah.
You know? It's like they might have had several hundred kids. Because, you know, Victorians, everybody had. And, it's just like Time of Day, Friendless Baxter. It's like, oh, yeah, don't like this kid. You know?
Yeah.
We didn't want this kid.
It makes you wonder what the other kids in the family's names are.
Probably... Jennifer, Tom, and
can you imagine,
Dick and Harry and whatever,
looking at a census record and everybody, all the kids on the street have these ridiculous names like that. But yeah, they're all kind of ugly, aren't they? Friendless, Time of Day, one too many. Like,
people might have thought, it's one too many. I had one too many to drink, and
this is what happened.
This is what happened. But thinking about it, it's like I can imagine like the father goes, and he's one too many.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still...
one too many kids,
That's still horrible.
It is.
And what about if the kid turns out to be your favorite kid of all the ones that you have? But, when you think about crazy names, I do anyway, think generally about, like,
Apple, hippies, yeah, like
that's when it started in my head, so I would have never thought that.
Yeah, cosmic.
It's been going on since
Cosmic Davis.
Yeah, like in the 60s, anybody who was a hippie in the 60s and had a kid, but they're all like they might be like ridiculous names, but they're not ugly names.
They're not ugly names.
Like
the Victorians, they were vile.
They're like sunshine, rainbow.
Sunshine, rainbow, cosmic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like kind of like fun, like groovy
names. Like, oh, far out, man.
Yeah, and these are all like horrible, really.
Yeah, I mean, these were the vile Victorians. There's nothing groovy going on in Victorian Britain.
This is terrible.
This next one, number 4, the child of Mr. and Mrs. Restle. He later changed his name to George. The name is That's It, Who'd Have Thought It?
What? I mean, why?
That's
I'm getting
it,
really annoyed
who'd
now.
have thought it?
I'm getting annoyed.
That's it, who'd have thought it? It's like...
What does that even mean?
What's... It's...
He later changed his name to George.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, because it's like, that's a long name anyway to begin with.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your name? That's it, who'd have thought it? Thought what? What?
The name. It's like, what do you want to name your kid? Oh, I don't know. And then somebody came up with a name. Like, oh, what
Maybe
about...
the registrar was having an off day.
No, like...
It's like, okay, the name, that's it, who'd have thought it, Restle. You know?
Can think, oh, okay, and what is your son's name here? What? Oh, how about Henry? You know, and then someone goes, that's it. And they go, no, I like that better. I like
that's it, who'd have thought it, put it down. And they're just like, okay, that's it, who'd have thought it, you know?
Or that's it, yeah, that's it, maybe somebody was like, oh, well, what about Henry? And then someone goes, that's it, who'd have thought it? You know, and the registrar just writes
down that, yeah, because they'd had one too many to drink.
Oh my God.
The night before.
This is, like, frustrating. I'm feeling, like, physically frustrated listening to this list, because why would you name your children these names, you know? Why would you call your kid That's It, Who'd Have Thought It? That doesn't even make any sense in any universe.
Victorian Britain, man. It was a crazy time.
I think they'd all had one too many. I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it was just bad water and, you know, industrial crap falling through the thing, you know, just like, oh...
Water. Everybody was insane.
The bad food, bad water, you know. That's it. Who'd have thought it?
Oh my God.
The next one, we're getting more groovy. We're getting more into
Finally,
like groovy.
Good.
Number 5 is mineral waters.
Mineral waters? They couldn't just stop at mineral?
No, Waters is the last name.
Okay.
Mineral Waters was born in 1892 in Rochford, Essex.
I mean...
She's an Essex girl, and this is the first girl on the list, actually.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Very unkind to boys in those days. You know?
It's like they just they're just sick of having boys.
But Mineral, it's still kind of like that's a cool name.
Yeah, I accept that.
Her parents were Henry and Emma Waters. Her father was a brickmaker. So she was, you know, it's like, oh, Mineral Waters, Mineral, come here. You know.
I mean, I gladly welcome Mineral, actually, compared to the first few.
We got a new dress for Mineral, didn't we? Yeah, because they were from Essex, Rochford, Essex. So there's like, you know, the only way is Essex. The only way is Mineral Waters.
You think the accent's always been like that?
Yes, it has. It's definitely been all like that. Number 6. Where's My Breakfast? Where's My Breakfast was the son of Mr. and Mrs. Breakfast and was born in 1869.
I can't with this list anymore. I really can't.
Where's My Breakfast? Honestly.
Isn't there some sort of law somewhere that there's like certain names that are against the law? Like you cannot name your kid certain things. I'm sure I've read that somewhere. There's like a list of names you are legally not allowed to name your child these things. Oh, I'll have to look it up again. I don't have my phone, but somebody look it up and let me know.
Somebody look it up, let us know.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen that somewhere. And maybe that is why. Maybe this is why, because people would. I mean, where's my breakfast?
Where's me breakfast?
These people must have been something seriously wrong with them. They must. Oh my god, he almost spit his tea out.
Coffee, actually.
Coffee.
No, number 7. Number 7.
No,
now.
wait. Did we know where my breakfast was?
No, it just says, Where's My Breakfast was the son of Mr. and Mrs. Breakfast and was born in 1869.
Oh, the last name was Breakfast.
Yes.
Whose last name is Breakfast? I've never heard that last name either.
Mr. and Mrs. Breakfast, they owned a bed and breakfast. It was very happy. It was very good for them. They may have, there you go.
No.
Mr. and Mrs. Breakfast.
No.
Number 7.
No.
Toodle Pip Tally Ho. Toodle Pip Tally.
I'm like angry at these people. I'm
Toodle
feeling angry. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling very angry right now.
Toodle Pip Tally Ho was the son of George and Mildred Tally Ho of Essex. He later changed his name to Robert.
Look at what these people want to be named. George, Robert. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's Toodle Pip Tally Ho.
Toodle Pip is kind of cute.
That's a cute name. Yes. So, okay, when we have a kid, we'll call her or him Toodle Pip. It's like, Toodle Pip, come here. Toodle Pip. Toodle Pip! Stop that! Toodle Pip, for goodness sake.
Toodle Pip. Toodle Pip. That's like a cute little pet name, but not something that you...
Toodle Pip.
It's like
Toodle
a
Pip.
name you'd name
Toodle
your
Pip,
dog,
you get over
it?
here right now, Toodle Pip.
Toodle Pip, come here, Toodle Pip.
Toodle Pip.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
No,
Toodle
where's
Pip
my
Tally.
breakfast, though? That really takes the biscuit, as you would say.
Well, number 8 is takes the biscuit. No,
Shut
no,
up!
It's not.
Like, shut up! I almost pushed you out of the chair!
No!
Oh, my God.
I'm joking. It's not takes the biscuit. Number 8 is even better. Princess Cheese. I have no information on that because I couldn't find any information. I just got that from Horrible Histories. But it's a real Victorian name.
I wonder if Cheese was the last name, then. But again,
yeah,
whose
Mr. Cheese.
last name is Cheese?
Well, there was a name Cheeseman. There was a name. There was a last name Cheeseman for a long time. I think
guess
there still
so,
is
because that's where they came up with names, isn't it?
Yeah,
whatever
like the
your
cheesemaker.
job,
He's the cheeseman.
was.
Yeah, it's like the baker, Mr. Baker.
Yeah.
Mr. Cobbler, Cooper.
Yeah.
Mr.
Fisher.
Yeah. That's what they were just like. Oh yeah, you're the Fisher, so you're Mr. Fisher. Yeah.
No, I mean, it sounds funny. It sounds ridiculous, but that is where these last names came from. So maybe Cheeseman, yeah.
Princess Cheese.
Yeah.
Obviously a girl.
I mean...
Maybe a boy, you never know.
I mean, the cheese is the part that makes this one kind of ridiculous because I have actually known people named Princess.
Princess.
in nowadays, yeah. Like, someone I went to school with was called Princess. She was in I sang in choir with her.
Was her last name Cheese?
Her name was, yeah, I've heard that name actually several times.
And was her middle name Cream?
It's like Princess, there are definitely worse names on this list than Princess. I think she got off quite easy. Cheese is the part that Princess Cheese,
Princess Cheese.
That's the part. What is it? Princess, what's her name in Super Mario? Doesn't she have a crazy last name?
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach, yeah. So this is like Princess Cheese. Oh my God.
Number 9 is Dr. Harvey. And that's not his occupation. His name is Dr. Harvey.
Yeah, so they were like hoping.
They were hoping they were hedging their bets there.
They were like, let's name him Dr. Harvey
and see if he actually becomes a Dr. Harvey. And then everyone will just call him Dr. Harvey.
Yeah.
And it'll be actually his name and his profession, and it'll be a happy coincidence.
Because Harvey's kind of it is a last
Harvey,
name,
yeah. Harvey, yeah. Mr. Harvey.
Yeah. I'm
Admiral Harvey.
Trying to think of somebody.
Harvey of the Dockyard.
Okay. Dr. Harvey.
Dr. Harvey, yeah. There's probably a Dr. Harvey out there that's actually a doctor.
I mean...
It's like, we actually caught to the real Dr. Harvey here.
I mean, again, there's way worse names on the list.
Yes.
That you could have been called, where's my breakfast to start?
Where's me breakfast? Where's me breakfast?
Oh, yeah.
The last one, number 10, raspberry lemon.
Now that sounds very hippy-dippy.
Yes,
doesn't
raspberry
it?
lemon. It's
Yeah.
like, oh... I've no
That's
information on
cute.
that,
I mean,
I'm assuming her dad, if it was a girl who was named this, because I have no idea whether it was a boy or a girl, her dad was a baker.
Why?
Because he liked to put raspberry in pies and lemon in pies. Or maybe he was a sweet maker and he was just like, she's very sweet, I'll call her raspberry lemon.
That's cute. Lemon was probably their last name.
Yeah, lemon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lemon.
Yeah,
So it's called a raspberry.
Yeah.
Raspberry, come here.
That's cute.
Raspberry.
I don't
Raspberry lemon.
hate her parents.
Lemons are
Unless
very
it's
sweet.
a boy. Raspberry could be kind of a harsh name for a boy, I guess. Oh, he looks like a little raspberry. He does.
This looks like a little raspberry.
Imagine he came out all like kind of reddish and purple, and it's like, ugh, looks like a little
Wrinkled.
raspberry.
A wrinkled raspberry, and not a good one neither.
Okay, well we ended on a good note. I think raspberry lemon's quite cute. I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted, but there's more to come.
Oh no!
Not more names, but there's more to come of this, because I'm going to say now that 2 of those names on the list were not actually Victorian names.
Are you joking?
Not joking. You have to guess which ones were fake that I made up.
I thought you were going to give me a whole nother list. Oh my god, okay, so 2 of these aren't real?
2 of these aren't real, and you have to guess which ones.
Christ, I'm really gonna hope that Where's My Breakfast was not real.
And what about the other one?
Well, you don't have information on the ones on the end, so... Dr. Harvey, Princess Cheese. Princess, like I said, I've heard that before. Raspberry lemon is cute.
Raspberry lemon's really cute.
Raspberry lemon sounds like something you would come up with just because it does sound cute. I mean, what were the other ones on the list? Where's My Breakfast?
One Too Many, Friendless Baxter.
Please do not let
Time
Where's
of Day.
My Breakfast. And that's it. Who'd have thought it? But how would you, in God's name, would have come up with that one?
What do you mean? I'm a very, very creative person, I'll have you know.
All right, guys.
That's my birth name. A very, very creative person. And I changed my name to Dominic.
All right, guys. I'm going to run through the list really quickly. You guys think now. Help me think which ones are not real on this list. The first one is Friendless Baxter. Number 2 was Time of Day. Number 3 was One Too Many. Number 4 was That's It, Who'd Have Thought It. Number 5 was Mineral. Number 6 was Where's My Breakfast.
Honestly, the best name.
Number 7, Toodlepip Tally Ho. Tally is definitely a real last name. Number 8, Princess Cheese. Number 9, Dr. Harvey. And number 10, Raspberry Lemon. You know, Princess Cheese is like sticking out in my head, though. I guess because you're always like, smell my cheese. And so it's like, did you come up with that? Now we have to explain. It's going to be like, why is he always telling her to smell his cheese?
You've had one too many. Where's my breakfast? I don't know. It's something that kids used to say in the playground in Britain. And you know, they obviously did it over here, but they never said smell my cheese with it. That's my brother's name, I'll have you know, smell my cheese. They used to put their fist on their palm and go to and have it open.
The fist would be like the cheese, I
cheese,
guess.
And they go up to someone and go, smell my cheese, like that, you know, like to someone's thing and go, boom, and then punch you in the face or the nose or whatever, you know. Smell my cheese. And of course, it's now become more popular thanks to Alan Partridge with his "Smell my cheese, you knobber."
What? I don't remember that.
From maybe only Alan Partridge fans will know it actually, because you know when he stuck it to Tony Hayes because he wouldn't give him a second series.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with "Where's My Breakfast" and "Princess Cheese." Just
Where's My Breakfast and Princess
because
Cheese?
God only knows which ones of these are not real.
Is that your final answer?
Those are my final answers, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Sorry. You were wrong. Well, half wrong.
Oh, I was going to say neither one of those were right, please.
Guess which one of those was the real name.
I say Princess Cheese might have been a real name.
Correct.
Where's My Breakfast then was not real.
That was something I made up.
Thank God.
I'm assuming I did not do any research on that. There might be a Where's My Breakfast out there somewhere, but
not. Well, Breakfast, I've never heard that as a last name anyway.
Mr. and Mrs. Breakfast. Born in 1869.
You came up with the whole story.
Yes.
That was good. You did good there.
Yeah. Well, can you guess what the other one was?
Oh, God.
Just give you a little bit of a...
That's it. Who'd have thought it?
No.
I'm just going to guess that, hopefully.
No, that's a real one.
Oh, my God. Toodle Pip Tally Ho?
Yeah, that's my fake one. Toodle Pip Tally Ho is the fake name. But because I thought you might have got it with the George and Mildred.
Oh.
You know? George and Mildred Tally Ho of Essex, you know. He later changed his name to Robert.
You did a great job there. That was fun.
That was fun. That was very fun. Did you play along? I mean, is there any like crazy names you've heard of? I mean, you know,
yeah. What is the craziest?
What's the craziest name you've ever
aside from these
come across? Have you ever met someone called Where's My Breakfast?
I think we've mentioned.
Can you imagine that? You know, going into a social circle. You know, it's just like, and who are you? Well, my name is Breakfast. Where's my breakfast?
Yes.
Toodle Pip Tally Ho. At your service.
No, I think we've mentioned in one of these podcasts that my little nephew went to school a couple of years ago with a kid named Kool-Aid. Now, why would you name your kid Kool-Aid?
That's not mean. It's just stupid.
It is.
I mean, you know, no offense to anyone called Kool-Aid out there. Hopefully you've changed your name.
It's like that's a fun nickname, I think.
But it's like calling yourself, I don't know, Laptop.
Yeah.
Laptop or
not
glass.
Not even laptop, but like a brand name, because Kool-Aid is a brand name. It's like calling yourself HP, Hewlett-Packard, you know, although that is someone's last name, I suppose.
Well, that's like an abbreviation, isn't it? It's like...
calling yourself Amazon.
Cardboard box. Oh, there's probably someone called Amazon out there. That sounds like a groovy, hippie nickname.
Yeah, it does, actually, it does. Calling yourself Mr. Men.
Guitar. You know, Mr. Men or Mr. Greedy. You know, or Mr. Blobby, you know.
Oh, God, you guys. I'm not exaggerating here. I feel tired. I feel exhausted from that. That was just... There
are many more like crazy Victorian names out there. I mean,
let us know if you want us to do a part 2
yeah,
of
we might do a part 2 of this, and we might do, you know, other...
That was crazy. Fun, though. I didn't realize that I thought you were going to give me, like, another list at the end. That was fun to, like, go through them all, yes. And then, 2 of them weren't real.
2 of them weren't real. I might do that again.
That was fun. Did you guys get it right? Also, let us know which ones.
I bet everybody was just like, Where's My Breakfast has got to be fake.
Yes.
That was a crazy one. And I got the inspiration from that from Rainbow, this show. When I was a kid, it was called Rainbow, and they had this character called Zippy on it. I think I've showed you. Zippy, and I don't know what he was, but he had a mouth and it had a zipper on it. And he'd just be like, where's my breakfast, Jeffrey? Where's my breakfast? He was just a very antagonistic little zippy thing.
I think the only thing that kind of maybe gave it away from you was the fact that I've never heard the last name Breakfast. I've never heard that as a last name. But yeah, I mean, it could have been.
Tally-ho does sound actually pretty normal.
Mostly, I was just hoping
Toodle Pip Tally-ho
hopes that somebody wouldn't name their kid Where's My Breakfast.
Where's my breakfast?
All right. I think that's going to do us for today.
Yeah, I think that's going to do us for today, as you said.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Which is also the name of my sister.
Thank you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.